We are live. Hey, Kayla and Megan here from My Vegan Dreams, and we are so very excited to bring you an amazing activist who is just 13 years old and is doing so much in the community as far as veganism and other topics as well, using her voice at her age. And I'm very excited to bring this interview to you because it's just so inspiring. We've been talking to her offline, and it's just absolutely incredible. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Olivia. Welcome, Olivia.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. We've been planning this for several weeks, so we're finally excited to have you up on our page. So I just wanted to get started with this and ask, like, how long you've been vegan and, like, what were some of the reasons you went vegan what you went vegan for?
Well, I started off as a vegetarian when I was 9, and I transitioned to veganism about a year later, so when I was 10. Mm-hmm. And I guess the main reason I went vegan was because I realized how much I loved animals, and once I actually clued into the fact that, we have to kill animals so that we can eat them, it didn't feel right to me, so I decided I didn't want to participate in that.
Yeah.
How did you like connect those two? Was it family, or did you watch a documentary? What was the catalyst for you?
Well, my mom has been off and on vegan basically her entire life. And I think she was vegan around the time I decided to try out being vegetarian. So it was kind of, as a kid, it was like, my mom's doing something different, I want to try that. So that was one of the main things. But because I was a little bit older, my mom was starting to be a little more open with, this is what actually happens, and this is where your meat actually comes from. You can make your own decision now, but this is where it comes from. And I decided that I was going to follow in her footsteps and not eat meat.
That's cool. It's cool to hear that she gave you that decision. Like, you get the choice to make.
Yeah, definitely something that I'm going to keep in my pocket for the future. But yeah, so like at a young age, did you like have any struggles going vegan, or was it like easy because your mom was already vegan?
Cheese
was your struggle?
Yeah. Being vegetarian was really easy because we never actually cooked a lot of meat in our house. I think the only meat we really ever ate was chicken. We didn't have a lot of meat in the house. Some like sandwich meats, but that was it. So it was really easy to get rid of that. But I'm pretty sure I'm not the only kid out there who loved cheese or still loves cheese if you're not vegan and you're watching this. But that was probably my struggle. It took me about a month, maybe more, to get over cheese. So that was probably the biggest struggle.
Yeah, I feel you there on that. That was my big struggle too, from going from vegetarian to vegan. Megan was just like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I totally understand that feeling too. So you say your mom's vegan. Are other people in your family not vegan?
My dad is not vegan, although he's really good with like making vegan meals for me and stuff. I'm really grateful with that. He does try to be vegetarian when he's in town. Me and my brother are with him. Mm-hmm. We cook primarily vegetarian based meals, which is really, really nice. But the rest of my family is not vegan or vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How is that? Has that been challenging as a kid, like from, adults telling you what you should be doing or not doing? Has that played an effect?
Not really. Like, my family is really, really supportive of me. So I don't really think I've had any struggles with that. Not off the top of my head that I can remember.
Yeah, that's good. I remember going to some family events and they're all like, "Oh my gosh, you're vegan?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Where's the meat?" And I'm like,
I've got that. I definitely do get that sometimes.
Yeah.
Where do you get your protein? One. What about that?
Yeah. How are you still alive right now? Just eating vegetables. Yeah. So have you, like, how do your friends, like, or like, do you go to school, like a public school? Obviously not right now, but like, how have your friends like been about you being vegan, and are any of your other friends vegan or?
Sadly, I have no friends who are vegan or vegetarian
Yeah.
yet. But yeah, no, they're all really supportive. Yeah, the parents, whenever I go over to their house, whenever like I'm eating at their house, parents are all supportive. They try their best to make a good meal that I can eat, and they're all very supportive, and I'm very thankful for that. Definitely being around kids my age who aren't vegan. Like, so for grade 7, I was my first year at a public school. Huge school, like 900 kids, which was really a lot of kids for me. And I got asked so many questions, mainly ones that were repeated multiple times. And I think like the biggest struggle is that like being around kids my age, they don't know a lot about this topic, especially if they came from a family who eats meat on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So basically getting used to those questions and getting used to being asked, what's the difference between vegan and vegetarian again? Repetitively, yeah.
I know how that feels.
So I'm just curious, because I know, Megan, you were younger too when you went vegan, is, going to the different social gatherings like birthday parties and that sort of thing. Has that been a struggle for you being vegan?
Well, birthday parties, yes, because no one ever really thinks to get like a vegan cake or stuff. So I don't really mind when I have to sit out from desserts. I have a sweet tooth, but for some reason cake sometimes doesn't do it for me, depending on the kind of cake. Cheesecake, if it's vegan, I'm but yeah, all my friends feel really bad for me because, I'm missing out on the cake. I'm so sad. I don't really mind. I get a lot of the I feel so bad for you, you can't eat cheese. And it's not a matter of I can't. I can if I want to. It's just I don't want to. So people who are always like pitying me or being, I'm sorry, you can't have this. It kind of does annoy me, but at the same time, I just remind them I don't care. This was my choice. I don't want to. And it's not that I can't. I can if I wanted to, but I don't.
That's so good, because I think from like now becoming that age of like being a mom is like worrying about like, oh my gosh, would my kid be missing out on everything? I know that's something that's so many people said to me is like, but you're saying, no, this is my choice. I don't want to. So I think that's a big distinction there, which is really cool to hear.
Yeah. Well, I heard, Olivia, that you actually have like a kind of interesting story about like being in school, being vegan, and like you were going to give a speech or something about veganism. And I just kind of wanted you to like tell your story about that to our audience. And yeah.
Okay. So in grade 6, in English class, it was near the end of the year, and our final assignment was we had to make a TED Talk. So basically we had to choose a topic that was really important to us and share it with the rest of the class, like a speech presentation. Obviously, I chose animal agriculture, veganism as my topic. And from the start, I knew that this was a very sensitive topic. I knew that a lot of people could get, it's like a little, I just lost the word, but it's a sensitive topic, right? So I was very careful with what I put into the presentation at the start. I wasn't talking about the worst of the worst that happens in these slaughterhouses. One, because I actually didn't know the worst of it because I was still pretty young. Two, I just didn't feel the need to put that in and like traumatize the kids. So, yeah, we were about a week away from the presentation day when my mom got a email from the teacher saying that I was not allowed to present it in front of the class.
Wow.
And I was supposed to present it, or I could choose to present it in front of the faculty, which really was only like 4 teachers when I ended up presenting it. And I was really mad. Because I put in so much work, I put in a lot of work to that presentation, watering down the facts, making sure that it was like as good as possible, sharing the best truths and stuff without putting it overboard. And I wasn't allowed to present it in front of my class. And after presenting it to the teachers, one of the teachers came up to me afterwards and said that my talk inspired her to try being vegan again.
Wow.
And thinking about that now, my mom brought up the fact, because we were talking about this, she brought up the fact that what if you had actually presented that in front of the class? How many kids would you have like enlightened, and how many of my classmates might have wanted to make the shift to veganism? So it was a bit of an interesting experience.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that, but I guess it taught me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't really know what to say. It was a wild month or so.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that's led to other developments. Now you're doing a talk on censorship. Is that right?
Yeah. So I think it was last year in December, I applied for TEDx Youth, which is coming to my hometown. Mm-hmm. And I was accepted into TED Talk. So in October, I'm giving a speech on censorship.
Wow. So, accomplishing so many things at such a young age. That's just awesome.
That is amazing. And I know you were telling me a little bit about like what the point of that TED Talk is. Can you share with us a little bit about more about censorship and what goes on?
Where do I begin? Well, I originally wanted to kind of share my views on, or share my personal story that I just shared, and kind of just give some insight to youth censorship. So how the world, parents, educators censor youth, put their ideas in closed boxes, just kind of suppress us. And they're always telling us that we're supposed to be the change, right? We're gonna change the world, but they won't actually allow us to bring forth any ideas because, oh, you're too young, oh, you don't know enough, oh, this, oh, that, oh, more excuses. And that really crushes our spirit. That brings us down. That brings us to believe that we don't actually have the power to change the world. So that was my original idea. I was going to bring that out and I was going to talk about that. Then COVID-19 hit, locked in our houses, and obviously the event was supposed to be back in May, and that got canceled. So a lot of stuff has been happening in the world recently. Mm-hmm. And I've found more, I guess, inspiration from the world events that have been going on. Primarily the stuff that has to do with censorship and suppression of speech around certain topics that have been brought up. And now I'm going to be talking still around youth censorship, but I'm going to be bringing in a lot of the basically a lot of the world events that have been going on, and a little difficult to explain.
Yeah.
Kind of just explaining the kind of censorship that I'm talking about here. I'm going to be bringing in a bit of the ostrich effect. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a cognitive bias where if you're presented with information that is upsetting to you, or it contradicts with your personal beliefs that you have, you pretend that idea does not exist. You push it away and you say, nope, that's wrong. And basically you bury your head in the sand like an ostrich. Hence the name. And I'm just going to be kind of talking about how the ostrich effect leads to censorship, then censorship leads to bigger problems, basically all tying it in. So,
wow,
Yeah.
that is incredible. Olivia, like this is amazing stuff. And like you talking about this, like I was getting teary eyed because like just, you're just so inspiring to, to so many people to actually use their voice and say what they mean, even if you get, hey, you know what? You're going to censor me, but I'm going to continue. And you know what? Now I'm going to make a talk about censorship and show you people all about it. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, especially at like a young age as well. As like you said, being censored like at a young age is like sometimes like most kids would be like, oh, I just can't do anything about it. They won't let me speak out about it. But you're actually going to like put forth like the information that people are trying to censor and like try to make a difference in the world, especially with veganism as well. But yeah, it's just amazing.
thank you.
So great. And I don't know about you, Megan, but I would love to hear your talk, Olivia, that you were going to present for your classmates. I'd love to to see that presentation and share it with you guys. I think that might be something that a lot of people could benefit from.
Yeah. Do you have like a shortened version, or maybe we can do another?
Yeah.
Have you just make a videos to let everyone know?
Yeah, I don't remember anything that I talked about because this was like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
But I can bring it back up, and I'd be happy to share it with you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, let's see if anyone. I'm going to look to see if anyone has any questions. But do you have anything else, Kayla, that you want to bring up?
Yeah. I guess the big thing is, has anyone at your age, I have a couple questions, but one thing, what would you say to someone who is your age and maybe they're wanting to go vegan, they're wanting to learn more, but they're just not sure where to start? What would you tell that person?
Well, I have had personal experience with this. One of my friends from school, she came to me and she said that she wanted to try it, but her parents, I think her parents weren't really supportive of it, but she still really, really wanted to do it. She just didn't know what to eat. She didn't know what foods were available for her. So my advice to her was go Google vegan recipes. Go I sent her some links, I think. And my advice is kind of just get yourself educated. If it's something that you really want to do, go do it. No one is stopping you. If your family is still saying, "Oh, but you gotta get your protein from meat," go Google other sources of protein. Go find out vegan sources of protein and show them that you will still be getting enough protein, if not more. Mm-hmm. And go educate yourself. If you're doing this for the animals, or if you're doing this for spiritual reasons, for religious reasons, or for personal reasons, and if it's something that you really believe in and you really, really want to do this, no one is stopping you except for your own, oh, but what if I can't? Mm-hmm. If it's something you want to do, go do it. Nothing is stopping you.
Dang, girl. Yes. Yes. I love it.
The confidence. I wish I had this much confidence as like a kid, because like I was always so shy and I didn't want anyone to know I was vegan until I like started this fan page when I was like 16 or 17 years old. People slowly starting to catch on, and I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm vegan. I was like, please don't make fun of me. And then I realized it's like, maybe by me being vegan, I could help change some people. And I feel like that's what exactly you are doing right here and right now.
Yeah.
Maybe helping some of those teenagers or anyone who isn't a teenager, like transition into that. Because I feel like you can reach more than just teenagers. You could reach like adults, men, women, everyone to go vegan.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's all the same fears, right? Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what age, you're just dealing, I think at your age, with parents, which, and people who are, you know, supposed to be looking out for you, and you're supposed to like take their advice. So I think that's a different take on it. And to see like the strength at your age, Olivia, and just like your powers is so beautiful. So it's amazing. So, okay, one last question before we answer other people's questions. What is your favorite go-to vegan meal?
Oh God, that's hard. That's really hard. Ooh, well, there's so many. Well, honestly, any meal that you can possibly think of, even if it has like meat and dairy products in it, can be made vegan. So there's so many options for like vegan meals and stuff. But one of my favorites, probably my mom's vegan baked mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I think, yeah, it's really good.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't think I've ever had that before. I'll have to look into that and make that for myself.
Yeah, there's some really good vegan mac and cheese recipes out there. And you just throw it in like a casserole dish, cover it in cheese, put it in the oven, bake it. Delicious. It's very good.
That's like easy, like an easy recipe. Anyone can make that. Go buy some vegan noodles, which most noodles are already vegan cheese, and bam, put it in the oven. Or go buy pre-made mac and cheese. To make it easy.
Yeah, that's what I do, because
that's what I do as well.
But the bake sounds way better.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions on Facebook, Megan?
I mean, some people were saying that you're amazing, Olivia. You're like, yeah, pretty much that's what a lot of people are saying. Yeah, if any of y'all have any questions, definitely drop them below. Here's someone. Kate said, Olivia, much respect to you. Very sweet. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, it says, I hear that all the time from my husband. Okay, so it was like about how you were saying, like, I can choose to eat this if I want, but I choose not to. And this Rosalinda said that she hears that from her husband all the time. Sometimes I just wish people would not say that and be like, I choose not to eat, or I choose not to eat this. I'm not being forced or anything. I'm doing this for the animals.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, do you have any questions, Megan, for Olivia?
I think I'm good. This definitely was awesome.
Yes. Very good. And I think this is so inspirational for so many people. So thank you so much, Olivia, for being on and being the strong, bright light that you are. You definitely changing the world.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you hopping on here and sharing your story and letting everyone know a little bit more about you.
Yes. And for anyone watching, if you like this interview, if you like Olivia being on here, she inspired you, definitely drop her a comment, send some love. Feel free to share this with someone that this could help. Give them that strength to make any decision in their life or to speak out about any topic. It's definitely really, really great. So thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you in the comments. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.